Okay, so Manage Antivirus Bitdefender, it combines the best-in-class protection against malware and viruses with excellent performance in minimizing false positives and low system overhead. What we'll do today, we'll keep the question and answer right at the end, guys, and I'll keep going back and forth on the presentation and the dashboard actual, and just to show how to go around. How do we track our moves? How do we see what's going on with the Managed Antivirus? We can enable monitoring checks. As you can see, those two in the image. I have running Managed Antivirus check for Bitdefender, and the second one is the update check, just to make sure everything it is fully up to date. And it is latest today, I guess, 11th of May. You guys can see the date as well. And on the left, the two ticks, that's for email notification. So that's for anything goes wrong. It will pop me an email as soon as the check fails. They'll kind of show me an alert that something is going wrong. And also we have the antivirus tab in the south pane. So let's go and have a look at the dashboard. So over here, that's my machine. I'm sure you guys are familiarized with what's here. There's the north pane, south pane, and the left pane. So in the south pane, we have this antivirus tab. If I go over here, it will actually show me information related to this device, which is my machine right here. Ooh, it's nice and green, so everything is going good. Over here, the threats which have been found periodically. So over here you see a behavioral threat which was found on the 5th of May and it was blocked. Let me see what it was. It was StorageCraft Rebuilder. I was actually building up StorageCraft IT Edition, so and it thought that this program must, it is malicious. So Manage Antivirus, the first thing it did, it popped up. It showed me a little message on the bottom right of the screen, and it said, hey, it's blocked because it seems malicious. And yeah, which was really cool to see. I wasn't expecting that at all. It completely got me off guard. Yeah, so these you can of course go into. It's a quick view of what's going on in the particular machine regarding the threats. And of course we can see if there's any scans been failing, what's going on in the scans as well. We can see from here as well. I tried to run a custom scan yesterday. I'll go over that very soon as well. And of course we can see a quarantine list. And if there are any quarantines here, we can select them and we can take any actions. Do we want to release, delete, or empty? So release, delete, or empty. So let's go over the protection policy for Managed Antivirus. And of course you guys can see it here. That's Managed Antivirus Bitdefender. It's a green dot, so it's fully active, up and running. So in order for me to turn it on for one device, I'll right click, edit server, Manage Antivirus, and turn it on. I'll choose Bitdefender, and the policy I'm running is test right now. So let's go and check it out for what's going on in the test policy. So Manage Antivirus and protection policy. Over here, I'll look for test. There it is. That's the Bitdefender logo. And edit. So there we have it. That's the most of the settings are pretty self-explanatory. It's basic sort of settings. This is I'll only go over the key ones, which I think we should focus on. End user interaction, what the end user will see on their machine, the taskbar icon, and notifications. For me, both of them are ticked. This is for the end user branding as well. They will see your company's name, the product name, of course, and some more details regarding your company. So if they do need to contact someone, something is quarantined and they don't know what to do, it's good to put your email address, your phone number and email address, and they will contact you straight away. Default sort of scanning, quick scan, deep scan. But the key one we're going to focus on today is active protection. So active protection, it provides a continuous defense against threats by scanning accessed files where their extension meets the selected on-access criteria. So these three are the on-access criteria types. So the first one we have is all files. So if I select all files, active protection will scan all the files when accessed. This option provides the best protection, but it can result in slower performance, which kind of self-explanatory. The next one we have is executables only. Sorry, executables only. So active protection only scans application files here. So as application files can be more vulnerable to malware attacks than other types of files. And this option results in quicker scan compared to all files because it only scans application files. And the last one we have is custom file extension. It only scans files with defined extensions when they are accessed. So of course we can add, reset, edit, or delete the ones we want. I'll leave it to executables only. The next one I'm going to focus is remediation. So when malware is detected during a scan, it is vital to take action in order to neutralize the threat's impact on the systems with the default reaction configured right here in the protection policy settings. So Bitdefender, the Bitdefender engine in Manage Antivirus, it splits threats into 3 types. So let's have a look here. We have infected files, suspicious files, and rootkits. So we can, of course, we can take the remediation action, which depends upon the threats classified. So let's have a look at what does it mean when it says infected files. So infected files, they usually match a malware signature in the malware signature database for Managed Antivirus Bitdefender. Yeah, that's pretty much it. For suspicious files, so these files are detected by the heuristic analysis. As this potential threat was detected heuristically, the agent cannot be sure that the file is actually infected with malware, so the suspected files cannot be disinfected. So over here, for infected files, you can see we have 3, whereas for suspicious files, we only have 2. We don't have disinfect because no disinfection routine is available. Rootkits. Again, infected files match a malware signature in the malware signature database for rootkits. So that's how it really detects rootkits. Now let's come over to the action, what to do. Ignore, pretty self-explanatory. No action is needed. These files will only appear in the scan log. We have disinfect. It will remove the malware code from infected files. So this is the recommended one. So it is recommended to always keep this as the first action to be taken on infected files. Also note that if the disinfection fails, the file is moved to quarantine in order to contain the infection. Also, for particular types of malware, disinfection is not possible because because of the defected file is entirely malicious. In such cases, the infected file is deleted from the disk straight away. So, and the last one we have is quarantine. So what quarantine will do? It will move detected files from their current location to the quarantine folder, and the quarantine files cannot be executed or opened, and it kind of removes the risk of infection from these files. So these, personally for my machine right here, as you guys can see, I have chosen disinfect for infected files, ignore for suspicious files because I don't want to be disturbed with pop-ups. But it does show up. I do check the logs, and rootkits disinfect straight away. So behavioral scanning. Behavioral scanning is a proactive detection technology. So it takes place before the attack has occurred. So which uses, and behavioral scanning uses a heuristic method to detect new potential threats in real time. So it keeps running in the background no matter what. Processes actions are observed and scored. If the overall score for a process reaches a given threshold, the process is considered to be harmful, and the default remediation action for behavioral threats are taken, which in this case I have chosen to be disinfect, not block. Of course, we can choose the sensitivity. Normal is good because if I have it aggressive, it may result in false positives. So where this remediation is set to disinfect, which in my case is it is disinfect, Manage Antivirus will quarantine the existing application and attempt to back out any changes the application has made to the system. And if the remediation is set to block, the application is simply not allowed to run. So that's just, the application will be stopped. But if it's disinfect, it will try to go back every step the file has made, every sort of changes the file has made. So where does Bitdefender protects us against CryptoLocker? So, so guys, let's say we receive an infected email. Obviously, the infected email should be first addressed at the mail server, meaning the mail server should scan received email for malware or phishing, and the end user should not receive the infected email in the first place. We can perhaps use a mail protection service, for example, MaxMail, which provides cloud-based inbound and outbound filtering of spam, viruses, and etc. However, in a case the mail server protection fails or is not available for some reason, Bitdefender will protect the end user through multi-layer protection or multi-layer approach. So the layer one we have is active protection. So before the executable file is started, it has to be written on disk and run. In case of attachment, when a user clicks on a file, it does not start directly from Outlook. It is in fact written into the temporary directory. I'm sure you guys came across the %temp folder, that directory I'm talking about, and it starts from there, either directly or passed as argument to an appropriate program such as Microsoft Word. The on-access module would be triggered when a file is opened. Once triggered, the on-access module scans the file for malware with a standard engine, and if any malware is found, the file is blocked, meaning it cannot be started, or Microsoft Word cannot load the document, therefore preventing an infection. So that's the role for active protection. That's how deep it goes. That's the way it checks. And the layer 2 behavioral scanning. So in a rare case when malware threat is completely new or was modified to pass the engine and a new detection isn't readily available yet, the file would be scanned and allowed to start. In this case, the behavioral scanning gets into the game and analyzing the running program behavior and comparing it with these set of heuristic rules of what the file is allowed to do. And if the file's behavior is found malicious, the process is killed automatically, even though it was not detected by the Bitdefender engine. So Bitdefender, the behavioral scanning capabilities to maximize effectiveness against hard to detect threats such as CryptoLocker. So together, the active protection and behavioral scanning, they shut down even the most sophisticated malware via continuous real-time monitoring, which detects programs that perform actions commonly associated with malware exploits. Some other features for Manage Antivirus, we have the snooze feature, which disables antivirus for short time to perform maintenance. That's what I did when behavioral scan for me found out it did block the Shadow Protect, the Rebuilder application. For me, I had to snooze Manage Antivirus for 15 minutes. The next sort of feature we have is Site Concentrator, which centralizes virus definition updates to minimize bandwidth requirements. So this is what we can do from the dashboard. So now let's have a look at the end user interaction. What the capabilities are for the end user. So the end user can run scans, they can manage quarantine items and view notifications of what's going on in the scan. And it is we can enable this to the end user by ticking the box in the protection policy. Let me go ahead and straight away show you what I'm actually talking about. So if I go to the hidden icons of my taskbar, and I go about first of all. So this is the about on the little taskbar icon hidden here. We can see the company details. We have a technical support, the website, email, phone number, just in case the end user needs to contact us right away. And we have a product name right here. This is when I went to the about section. Now I'll show you guys what it looks like to the end user. So this will pop up. It will show the system is protected or any other notification. We can see that we can see the status. It is on. It is up and running. The security, we can go through a couple of checks. We can go through. This is what the end user can see from their side. So they can check the quarantine, what items are quarantined. They can of course run checks if we as network admins want to go to their site and actually run a scan there manually. We can do that as well from here, and we can check events as well, what's going on. So scan finished, and if it's fully up to date, if the update did go through or not. So the main focus I want to go here is security. So in security, we can see these are generic ones, a quick scan, full scan, but the custom scan, if I go new, okay, there we go. We can choose the standard of what sort of scan we want to run. By default, it is set to default, and I can go to aggressive as well. It will fully scan, and I can go custom as well. And in customs, it will just run custom settings. And if I go default here, and I go to settings on top right, okay, it always goes to this side. So there we go. We can define the file types we want to scan, any archives, any miscellaneous. So if you want to scan memory, registry, cookies, etc., these are advanced settings right here for the end user. And what to do if something is found. If an infection is found, what do you want to do? Or we have the option of move files to quarantine for suspicious and infected as well. Let's go OK here. So these are custom settings right here, but I'll just go default. And there we go. I'll go next, and I can choose a target where what I want to scan. I can just scan pictures. Okay. And next, so right now it's actually scanning, finish as well, scan 170 items. Not many pictures on my machine. So no threats found. It does give us, we can have a look at the log as well. The end user can have a look at the log and see what's going on, what sort of scan it ran. We can go to the advanced as well and see what actually, so this is really advanced. And of course we can turn this off for the end user if we do not want our end user to view quarantine items, if there are any, and delete them from their side. We can turn it off. So we can turn it off from here. So installation, from general. If I go show taskbar icon, if I uncheck that, the end user won't be able to run scans themselves or do or delete quarantines as well. So that was Bitdefender's manage antivirus, guys. And yeah, we went over how to notify ourselves if something goes wrong. We went over the active protection, remediation, behavioral scanning, and how Bitdefender actually helps us or kind of protects us from a CryptoLocker attack. I'll go over the pricing just for a while. So manage antivirus. It will cost us. It comes to $1 per device for manage antivirus. So no matter if it's a workstation or server, it is $1 per device for manage antivirus Bitdefender. So any more question, guys, feel free to pop them down in the question or the chat area, and I'll be happy to help. Thank you. Any question, guys? All right, that's one no. Not a problem. Thanks, Jeff, for joining in. Clive, any questions from your side? Frank? Perfect. Any questions, Frank? Perfect. Thanks, Tim. All right, I'll try my best to pop this on to YouTube. We have one question. Can you ensure when the client is running that it protect from crypto locker? Yes. Well, an antivirus can never guarantee that, hey, our product is 100%, fully, it's going to fully protect you from a virus attack or a malware attack. But Bitdefender assures its users that it is 98% there to actually protect you from crypto locker, and there are different ways we can make sure that it does. I can definitely provide you this the slide deck, Frank, and you can go over the slides one more time. We have active protection and behavioral scanning to protect ourselves or our end users from crypto locker threats specifically. We have multi-layered approach. Active protection helps us. Behavioral scanning helps us protecting from crypto locker, and new type of ransomware as well. So yeah, and it all comes down to your protection policy settings as well. If you have more ignore remediation ways, of course it is gonna in the end of the day, it's gonna damage us more. Compare if we have them a remediation set to disinfect or quarantine. Any more question, guys? Frank? Okay. Will you have this webinar available for download so that Duncan can have a look at this too? Sure, Frank. I can. I will try my best to make this slide deck available publicly so you can access it. And yeah, any more questions? And if you guys have any questions later on, I'll pop down my email address here. You guys can contact me whenever you want. All right, thanks, guys. I will be closing the meeting now. So thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. Thank you.